Welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Dan Williamson and I'm here with your latest sports news and headlines at 1:30. England are set to take on Australia this evening at a sold-out Wembley Stadium. Prior to kick-off, both sides will take part in a moment of silence for the victims of the Israel-Palestine conflict. England come into the friendly on a 6-game win streak and are hoping to keep the run alive against the rivals from down under, with the Three Lions' last loss coming at the hands of France in the 2022 World Cup. However, Southgate is looking forward to the challenge.
Firstly, it's one of the great sporting rivalries, and if Australia have any sniff that we're not taking the game seriously, then we'll be in trouble. So our mindset has got to be spot on.
Scotland still need 1 point to qualify for the 2024 Euros in Germany. The Tartan Army suffered their first loss of the qualifiers so far in a 2-0 loss to Spain. Scotland's captain Andy Robertson had to leave the field after picking up an injury in the first half, and then a Scott McTominay free kick was disallowed by VAR. Manager Steve Clarke was still pleased with his side's performance despite the loss.
Team played very well. Obviously disappointing to lose, always disappointing to lose. We came here determined to qualify. It hasn't happened tonight, but I think there was a lot to be pleased with in the performance.
Newcastle's Sandro Tonali and Aston Villa's Nicolo Zaniolo have withdrawn from Italy's squad following an investigation. The Premier League duo will return to Britain after being told they are involved in an investigation that relates to an illegal betting probe. This follows a day after the Italian Football Federation prosecutors announced an investigation into Juventus midfielder Nicolo Fagioli, who allegedly used a variety of identities to place bets on illegal websites. We now go to Baxter Wilson, who has some breaking news at the Imperial Home Stadium in Sholing.
Hi, yeah, I'm here at Sholing FC. As you can see, it's just started raining and it's a very, very gloomy day today. But there's a lot of gloomy feelings around this football club as David Diper has just handed in his resignation after 25 years at the helm. We spoke to club chairman Jerry Roberts to talk about his time at the club. So stay tuned for the 3:30 broadcast where Jerry Roberts will tell all.
This weekend, the Rugby World Cup reaches the knockout stages as the quarter-finals begin. France will take on the reigning champion South Africa. France will have high hopes as Antoine Dupont will start after recovering from a fractured cheekbone. Wales are aiming to reach their third Rugby World Cup semi-final as they meet Argentina tomorrow. Ireland have never got to a World Cup semi-final, and to reach their first, they have to take on New Zealand. Despite it being his last World Cup, Ireland captain Johnny Sexton has put the team ahead of his own personal glory. Now I am joined by our rugby correspondent Luke Newman.
Well, the England team came out today at midday ahead of their match against Fiji in the quarter-finals. It's going to be a good game between the two sides. The two teams met at Twickenham before the World Cup took place. Fiji ran away winners at England's home ground, and it's going to be tough for England now. They've gone. So Steve Borthwick has rolled the dice. He's picked a different side. Marcus Smith's starting at 15. Freddie Stewart has started fullback for the last 2 years for England and has been dropped from the 23-man squad altogether. Owen Farrell's back in the lineup again, starting at fly half instead of George Ford. So England's normal captain will be back in play. A bit of a controversial decision for some fans who have not liked Farrell during this and would have rather Ford, who carried us through the group stage. But other than that, it's a pretty standard England starting 15.
Thank you, Luke. Now to India for the Cricket World Cup, where Bangladesh have slipped to 222 for 8 at the hands of New Zealand. New Zealand currently sits second in the table, one of only 3 unbeaten sides alongside Pakistan and South Africa. The 2019 finalists are hoping to go a step further than they did back when they played England and fix the heartbreak of losing by a super over. Spa-Francorchamps has announced a new deal to remain on the Formula One calendar for the next 2 years until 2025. The fan favourite circuit has been on the calendar consistently ever since 1980, with the track being the longest used at a little over 7 kilometres long. The current lap record is held by Valtteri Bottas in 2018, whilst racing for Mercedes with a 1:46.28 time. Andy Murray has withdrawn from the Japan Open next week due to an injury. This comes after Murray's first round defeat to Roman Safiullin at the Shanghai Masters. The Brit is hoping to feature at the Swiss Indoors in Basel, starting on the 23rd of October. Murray is also hoping to improve his world ranking as he is currently sitting at 39th in the world and outside automatic qualification for the Australian Open. And now to James at the post-stage. Apologies about that, no. And that's all from me for now. Make sure to tune in at 3:30 for our final update of the day and follow us on Twitter at Solent Sports News. I've been Dan Williamson. Thanks so much for watching.